It is time for week 2 of the Domino draft. Everyone has finished their battles, and I am here to watch all of them in sequential order. I was here for some of them, but I mainly forgot. Either way, over here at the top, I think we have a team that's kind of at a big disadvantage here, mainly because a lot of the mods that are here are just like a huge threat to this team in general. Mainly this Tapu Koko, this Toad's Cruel, and this Ferrothorn. Basically, of course, this team has no ground type, but if this Koko is something like Volt Switch, Specs, Volt Switch, Band Ball, Charge, just something really offensive, goes for electric moves for absolutely free here. This team's only real possible switch in is the Clefable. Of course, if it's Volt Switch, then it'll just take Chip and then something else come out. Ferrothorn also has an insanely good matchup here, Bronzong being the only like semi-answer, but that gets like stuck by Leech Seed. Other than that, you'd hope to hit like a Flamethrower from Clefable or Togekiss on it to weaken down early. And third of all, Toad's Cruel with the Mycelium Might. Bronzong won't be able to do with Earth Power. This could have Sludge Bomb for something like Togekiss, and for Hatterene. Obviously, Mycelium Might means it could also get up Hazard versus team if it wants, and even if one of these two Magic Bouncers wants to commit their item to something like a Ability Shield to prevent that and keep the hazards from going up, like Toad's Cruel is just going to spin them away anyway. It's not a big deal. So I'd like to see if they can manage to pull through despite the kind of disadvantage that I'm looking at in the preview. Koko leads into the Togekiss. Well, Charge does not KO, but okay, I remember this one very clearly. Yawn into Electric Terrain. Nothing like that I can really get mad about or like make a point here. You just forget things. Sometimes that happens. Just remember next time, that's all I can say. And Togekiss goes down for basically free. Valiant is in with the booster speed, don't know its item still. And already you're at a really tough spot. Bronzong or Clef are probably just going to be the most that come in here. Obviously, I think Hatterene can do it, but these two mods like have a lot better matchups in the Val, I think, in terms of like recovery on Clef, and Bronzong not being able to be KO'd by much at all. Bronzong is the one that comes in. Ceruledge and Rocks do come up on the Ceruledge as Clefable switches in on it. Poltergeist, itemless Clef to block Poltergeist, which is nice. Because it's itemless, this gives me to believe it might just be Magic Guard here instead of Unaware. If you're unaware with like Bold Max Defense, you might be able to beat this anyway. But there is a Koko on this team, and there is a Halucha on this team, so I think this still could be very likely Unaware here, specifically because Halucha is such a big, like, potent late game sweeper, and Tapu Koko with Calm Mind would absolutely kind of demolish this team otherwise. So this could just be like a mixed defensive spread. Either way, Ferrothorn comes in on Clef, as Toxic does come out from it. Hatterene will switch in on that. Power Whip does a huge chunk to Hatterene. Mystical Fire probably going to come out, but it wouldn't have KO'd Ferrothorn here. Ceruledge reveals to be Covert Cloak. It doesn't get dropped by Mystical Fire. Bitter Blade does basically nothing to this Clef. It goes for Wish here. Go back to Hatterene, as Sky Rebel will knock that out, despite the possible low base power of this. A little bit surprised about that, but maybe Min Speed Ferrothorn can get the Gyro Ball up to like 60 base power, or maybe even 80 to knock this out. Not sure, but SP unable to come in. Gyro Ball still does a ton to it because Ferrothorn's really strong. It looks like really offensive Ferrothorn based on the damage of these two. And like, if this Clefable does not have like Flamethrower, this Bronzong is not like Iron Press, then already this Ferrothorn's looking like a huge issue. Because there's like basically nothing that can knock this out at this point, as it's just going to keep going for attacks for free. As Espeon goes down after getting up screens, Gyarados comes in trying to get a a few desperate DDs off, maybe try to win the game with that. Goes for DD, Ferrothorns just stays in, goes for Power Whip. I kind of expected like a Toxic or T-Wave, but I guess it doesn't have those. At Tampa, Coco switches in, another Dragon Dance comes out. I expect Coco to just die in one hit to like Waterfall here. Or whatever the Gyarados has. Is up Earthquake though. Knockout Coco. Lucha switches in. I think this is Mega Gyarados, but even if it wasn't, I don't think the Reflect on or Punch would KO Gyarados from here. I'm not sure though. As for Halucha dying, if it is Mega Gyarados and it goes for Waterfall, I think that might KO. Do you do it? You are at +2 even with the defense boost. And it is just Encore Halucha. Unfortunate that Gyarados didn't go for like Water move there. That would have kind of sealed the deal, I think. Depending on the last move, it could hit Ferrothorn or not. If you get Encore into something else, that would have worked, maybe. But now Gyarados forced to switch out. Lucy goes for SD. As Acrobatics only does 20. Halucha gets KO'd. Yeah, that's plus through to screen. That's 20. This is unaware. Based on that damage. Tochu able to come in. Gets rid of the rocks for Cerulege later on. Which makes sense. Toadskrew does have Sludge Bomb here. Bronzong is forced to come out here, but Mycelium might... No, actually, yeah, Earth Power, I keep thinking it's like Mold Breaker. Mycelium Might only works for the status move, so Earth Power won't be able to hit this if it's Habitate. It could very well not be Levitate, could be Heat Proof, but unless there's 2 itemless mons to deal with Cerulege, then I don't really see that being too likely. This could also be itemless, but then why would you run like this Terra Water Clef with also itemless spots? Just have to Cerulege hard, and Body Press does nothing. Gable comes back out on Bitter Blade, only does 34. At this point, Cerulege is just going to keep attacking. Valsor's out hard here, a bit surprising. From here could knock this out if it's Vex, so I kind of think Bronzong is likely to come out. Could go for Shadow Ball. I think that's a big overpredict here when like a lot of people would just stay at not even thinking about the specs on Val. And like you can switch into Bronzong pretty freely. 30% probably specs. That could just be like max Step with like I think that's probably specs. But rocks come up. Cerulege comes in again. It is heat proof as Toxic comes out from Bronzong. That's the only way to hit Cerulege. It does have leftovers. So Poltergeist definitely would have killed that thing. Which I guess it was like an okay bait because it was like judging by the fact that it does have an item, you wouldn't think that it would be heat proof versus Cerulege. You're able to get a free Toxic off there. As like you go for the greedy Bitter Blade, try to get HP back. You're probably worried about Clef switching in. Bitter Blade is going to most likely to KO this Fable even through. This doesn't have leftover soap though. Overprotect comes out. It looks like they're just trying to win with the Gyarados here by going for the double protect and not tearing, because this Terra Water Clef can lift the Bitter Blade. Looks like they're just trying to get rid of Clef, maybe sell it a few more turns, and then try to set up with Gyarados on it. But we will have to see if this Gyarados can actually hit Val. So guys, that will do 17. Cerulege will just die to the Toxic now. Ferrothorn comes in. Time for Flare. Able to KO Ferrothorn one hit. It is Helmet, so Gyarados really low Val. If this is Specs, it might have Vacuum Wave. If it doesn't, Val has pretty decent physical defense, right? It might be able to live Waterfall or whatever this has. As it is just Vacuum Wave, game is probably sealed. Spec Shadow Ball will KO this if this has that. Also, this Toedscruel will probably have Earth Power now that you know that this Bronzong is Heat-proof. Toedscruel comes hard in. Barrier Ball does a ton, but Earth Power probably almost KOs it from memory. This range 61. And whatever Val goes for, we'll be able to clean this up. Very close game despite the weaknesses I talked about in the beginning and the first one going down. I think that is really well played to almost bring that back and just come down to, does Val have this Vacuum Wave loaded up for that one scenario? Unfortunately it did, and as you can see, like, Gyarados was a huge threat here in return. So much so that they slot in a move that's useless into like the rest of your team just for that one mon. So, a very close battle. Here, yeah, we see a Sneasel and a Gourgeist. To be fair, the Sneasel looks pretty decent here in terms of triple axle and knock. I'm not. I think Chestnut will just like take that axle like it's nothing, because he's Chestnut. And Sandslash can obviously deal with it with high bulk unless it has low kick or something. But it can't be a threat here. I'm not quite sure about Gourgeist though. Other than that, Celesteela looking absolutely amazing. And this Golden Go also looking really great in return. The only like kind of switch in to deal with it is this Alolan Muck. So Gourgeist leads into Slowking. It frisks the Cobra Berry. If the Power Whip or Poltergeist could come out here, maybe even Toxic. I think Toxic could be like a good option here because Chestnut seems like the best switch in here at this point of time. Garchomp comes in instead. Wooloops comes out. I forget it gets that. Wisp is also fine, of course, still hits this Chestnut as Garchomp. Anyway, yeah, Chomp able to come in. As goes for Rock, there's a Mantine. Probably just going to defog these away right away. Golden Go switches in. Trying to prevent the defog. Gets burned by the Skull. Don't see an item yet. Doubles out onto Sandslash. I'm probably expecting the Muck. Muck does come in. Judging by like the double there and no item, this is probably a choice of some sorts. Because Thunderbolt, obviously, like a choice Golden Go would be very obvious to get the Mantine. Gotta make progress, Sandslash makes sense. Super Fang Sandslash, that's interesting. That's really good for trying to get chip on possible Celesteela Zamazenta switch in. Now Celesteela probably can't switch in on your triple actual ever again. Probably still lives it from this range though. Slowking does switch in to absorb that. Another burn comes out. We have 3 birds here, one from Wisp, one from Scald, and one from Flamethrower right away. There's finally some justice with the Leech Seed miss. Slowking able to get this Golden Go right back out. It could be Scarf versus the team. If it is, it's not going to do as much damage here, and it'd have to go for Thunderbolt, but if it's Specs, just go for Shadow Ball here. Because every time Muck switches in, it has to take rocks. So it's Garchomp doubles in again. Again expecting that Muck, but Celesteela just goes for Protect here. It doesn't have leftovers though, so it's not recovering anything, just scouting. As Chomp may have Fire Blast, so it might be a good mid-ground. Protect again to scout. Flamethrower instead, I don't think that KOs Celesteela. I'm gonna be honest. Flamethrower from Garchomp is really weak. This mon has 80 special attack. Unless you're like maximum invested, I don't think there's a chance this Okos. Aromatisse comes in instead on Mantine. this could be like, come on, Nasty Pot or whatever you have it, so this could be a bit annoying. Again, it might try to force in Muck more and more chip for Muck takes, the better this team looks with its Golden Go in the long run, so Heal comes out for royalties, clears all the burns, which is definitely nice because Garchomp is taking a lot of chip. Golden Go is taking a lot of chip. See Boots on Aromatisse. Poltergeist misses, typical. As it's able to wish Garchomp back to full. But it does get burned once again. Sandslash able to come in on Mantine. Most likely the Triple Axle coming out here, try to... If you do get Skull Burn again with that Heal Bell, then you can clear that, and if you don't get birds, then Triple Axle probably 2KO this thing. This is a very special defensive mon. And at worst, like you're forcing in Zamazenta. I still crash instead. As a defog does come out, clears the rocks, but now Mantine already at 38. Probably Zamazenta gonna come in. I expect probably either a Super Fang or a Earthquake to come out here because you don't really want to Psych Mantine at this point. Because like your only defogger here, rocks are very threatening versus your team. I think giving your opponent free sacks is worth nothing. So that does switch in. Super Fang. Your standard turn there. Sneasel doubles in on Slowking, but this does have Color Berry, so can live whatever. Does have Focus Blast. I throw my KO. Sneasel's weak. Goes for Thunder Wave instead. As based on that damage to Culver. Could this be... This might be Bandit, but either way, the roll comes out, 49-51, Slowking goes down. Slowking going down, definitely really annoying, especially into Zamazenta, because like even if this is sub to try to block like this Scald or Thunder Wave or whatever, this doesn't have leftovers like the other version. So if it does sub, then that's 25 HP gone permanently. And it's just not able to come in, that is faster than Sneasel. It is Cobra Cloak too, so now we know it can switch into Scald or whatever. Another Cobra Berry comes out. Gets Wisp, but you can see that doesn't matter too much in the long run. Sandslash takes a ton from this, never Melt Ice. It is going to be able to grab a KO here. Crash Slings does have a move for Sneasel. Does have Iron Head. Someone that takes more and more damage. This point, probably... I don't think Just Not can beat this while it's burned. So probably one mon has to go down, maybe Garchomp. You could go hard into Golden Go, but if that's your Scarf, some Ascendant counter, I think that's a throw. If it does get hit by something, then it's game over. With Bash does nothing, as this is the Rocky Helmet's Max Defense Garchomp build. Hard price is 27. As rocks go back up. Mantine able to come in. To you. Now that Zamazenta is gone, I think it's honestly probably going to go and go on like this. On like even an attack here. This is probably going to happen just to keep these hazards up, sure. Are they going to make a double? They don't. Nasty Plug comes out. Probably like pretty physically offensive Go then to deal with the Zamazenta. If it's not Scarf. Surprised we didn't see a go for one of these moves earlier though. It's just always doubled out on the Muck. Good as Nasty Plot recover. Mantine going for burns. It's not going to get it yet. Thunderbolt able to KO this thing. A hazard drop for good. Muck able to come in, but at this point, yeah, I think that Sandslash able to just win as long as it lands its moves now. Make it rain. It does actually KO Muck. It's not boost, but it wasn't AV either, apparently. So it looks like Golden Go is going to be one to sweep, Make It Rain knockout this year. Shadow Sneak, not able to grab the KO. Celestial, after that Rock Chip, I think Thunderbolt might KO this. And it does. Well played endgame after Pretty scary start with all the burns, definitely. I think the hazard stack was the really big issue here, with Mantine being the only removal. Of course, blocked by Golden Go. All these mons forced to take chip because they weren't running boots. Like this, Zamazenta has to step on those rocks and spikes every time it comes in. That got chipped down really, really fast. And so did the Mug, so did the Celesteela. That was probably how the game was like... How the game was won late game so easily. Oh... It's getting worse and worse. We had a Sneasel, now we have a Lampent. Looking at face value, Arcanine just goes absolutely insane. No rock resist on this team at all. And Meowscarada, though, in return, does look pretty decent here. Rotom Heat can, of course, maybe take a few hits, but it's not exactly the best switch into that thing. And also Necrozma looking pretty decent overall, being able to throw off really strong psychic moves for free because Crocodile doesn't really appreciate switching in any of its coverage. We start off with the Rotom Heat Leap into Lampent. It gets rid of the boots on Heat immediately, gives it a Scarf. As Lamp... Okay, Lampent certainly did something there. It gave Rotom a Scarf, which is a decent item on it. Especially in this matchup versus Meowscarada. And then it killed itself. Oh boy. I don't know what I expected from Lampent though. Maybe that's the best thing you could do with that thing. The Necrozma tries to set up on the weak at Lego, but Grimmsnarl switches in to do whatever it wants, taunt, Spirit Break, whatever. It goes for the Terra Rock Meteor Beam. Probably KOs Grimmsnarl, is not very defensive. Crit anyway. Not like Grimmsnarl will be able to do anything with that. If it didn't crit, it just get be KO'd by another move here. Rillaboom able to come in. If this is banded, Razorclad will KO. It doesn't KO. Actually, we've got Prism Armor. Maybe it wouldn't if it's banded. I could calculate with Prism Armor. I think it might not, actually. I want to see what this Rillaboom set is. Necrozma Rock versus Choice Band, Rilla, Grassy Glide, 83 to 98. Yeah, this is Prism Armor diff. So able to go for Signal Beam here and knock that out. It doesn't knock it out. Oh my god. Wait, this mon is so bad. A +1 Signal Beam can't even knock out this. You gotta be kidding me. You've gotta be kidding me. I don't know how defensive this Rillaboom is, but come on, this should not be like 95 to 112. This is ridiculously... This is so weak. It's like... It's actually pathetic. I guess bring Heat Wave next time. Risk the 90%. Because now... I don't know, this looks like it just won. No, we've had Heat Wave on Bave hit Rook. Yeah, you have terrible moveslot syndrome on this thing. If you did get rocks up with something, if this team had any sort of rocker or spiker or literally anything that wasn't Necrozma as a hazard setter, then this Rillaboom would be dead guaranteed. And that would just be the difference. That's the hazard difference when you're running hyper offense like this. A lot of stuff like this you'll see happening. You'd be able to change the terrain. Choose target to Meow. On Crook. Arcanine comes in, another Intimidate on the Flower Chick. But crit will ignore the attack drops. Arcanine takes it easily though. Blaze comes in as rocks go up. Wasn't this a free KO with Arcanine? Are rocks that much... Are rocks really better? If this doesn't have a rock move, sure, but why wouldn't you bring a rock move here? I'm wondering. Whatever though, Blaze said we go for Force. Ghost attack boost. Really able to switch up the terrain when he comes back in. Who is this? Is this? I mean, obviously it's Specs or Scarf, but it's not instead of expanding force at +1. I'd like to say this is Specs. Oh, my caps lock on. Expanding force versus Rotom. Rotom heats. Expanding force at +1. 45, yeah, this has to be Specs then. Max P Rotom. 267 max. It's 63. It could be like Noble Rotom. Or it could be Specs Blaze. I don't even know at this point, but they still get one more, but I mean, it's choice lag just in a crook. Pursuit able to grab the Cephalon, that little message at the bottom always gives me a little jump scare. I always forget that that move exists, especially in that decks. Little pop-up always gives me a good scare. Meow though able to come in, get a kill with its triple axle. Why not Fire Trick? That's a guarantee. That's a guaranteed KO and you don't have to miss it. Grassy Terrain is up. Boom always sided this. Now Lego comes in. DD switches into terrain one more time. Power Jam does not grab the KO. Now it does is in Scarf and DD. And I guess this is a Sucker Punch. That's the only way to win. That's like we Sucker Punch into Flower Trick sweep. I don't think Flower Trick KO is correct though. But can KO Meow back is the question. Oh yeah, I'm guilty. I forgot to. This guy looks like he's floating. All right, that's my excuse. Little jellyfish guy. There's a little jellyfish guy. Looks like he's floating, but yeah, that's game. Meow can't KO this thing. All right. So that was this game and this game. Yeah, so 2 times on week 2. I hope to see like 3 terrains mess people up in week 3. Maybe like people forget that Parasitic Terrain will have EQ damage and then this Nilican won't die. That would be really nice to see. Next game comes out. Look at the matchups. I think that's probably the biggest threats here are probably this Pigos, this Comfey, and this Weavile. Obviously Mew can also be really big threats. Arsoon has a decent matchup to this team, depending on its set, if like Lulu goes down or something. Or this could be like Trailblaze, whatever, to boost its speed, I don't really know. We'll see with leads. A lot of these depend on the sets each player brings. Tornadoes into Piteos. Obviously go for U-turn, break the shell, but if it's leftovers, it'll just come right back. So could just go for like Hurricane or something to break that. Starstorm comes out. This is Scarf Terrapigos. Icy Wind able to lower the speed. Now U-turn comes out. I was going for Starstorm, so Corver Nancy. 3 switch-ins. Corviknight will switch in on that. Takes a ton. This is really physically defensive Corviknight to deal with Sharpedo, it looks like. And Ogerpon. Slowbro goes for Curse here. Really threatening. Because, of course, Curse will make it so that he might be able to live something from Weavile like Knock. It could be Colbur Berry too. Like Drain Punch, Shell Sidearm. Shield sidearm just looks kind of free to this team right now, as long as you have a move to hit Corv. Is just go for turn crit. This is Comfey. Zen Headbutt. We have Zen Headbutt versus this team. I expected like slack off 2 attacks or maybe something else. Maybe there's more. Maybe there's something else on this team that you need Zen Headbutt for that didn't come. But versus this, I see no reason. Ring Zen. Anyway, the crit on Comfey. The 2 crits on Comfey. What is going on this week? It's like scope lens or something? What's happening here? Either way, like, I don't think Comfey beats this, but it's gone now, so we'll never know. Corviknight comes in, gets, I guess this isn't some mix set to do with Corv. So Corv just always walled this Slowbro because it's like Zen Headbutt instead of like Fire Blast or something. Terrapagos. Summon, go for the Flamethrower. There's basically nothing to this Torn. Torn goes for U-turn one more time. Where does Boo come in? It's like banded high horsepower? Or are you just like setting up the Grassy Terrain for fun and just switching to core right after? Woke up? You're just like absolutely sure this thing doesn't have poison move, huh? I guess it doesn't though. Its last move has to be like Drain Punch or something for... It has to be something at Weavile. Zen Headbutt. That's like the whole point of running Curse over Nasty Plot on this thing, is that you could boost your defense for like Weavile, so. Fire's power 82. Lower does go for the curse. Ogre Plus, which is in Ogre Pawn does not beat this. You're choosing the Sack Pawn instead of Slowbro. Which, I mean, you could have Encore, but you still don't beat this, even if you Encore in highest power, I have a feeling. Power Whip misses, but that would have done like 13. That goes for SD. Okay. Okay. Poison Jab's Torpedo will not KO this. I know that for a fact. This is Tapu Bulu at +2. I don't care if it's 4x effective. Destiny Bond. Just not expecting that, but you know, you averted the Tapu Bulu sweep, which is good. Snowboy would come in, get one more turn of regen. Bleak would miss. No Tornadoes. Pico switches in on Bleak miss. Able to go for Starstorm, but the wind will bring it back down to Earth with its speed. Bleak miss does not land to the side this time. He goes for Barrier. You have a lot of defense boosting mons here for Weavile that still hasn't hit the field, which is... this is Barrier, it's probably stored power, right? I see no Dark type on this team. Maybe like Barrier, Calm Mind, stored power... like Roosts? I don't know. Is he going for Moonblast? Barrier Agility? So special attack boosting? I don't think the stored power is going to do enough damage then. Yeah, 49. I guess it's a weakness policy then. And it's trying to like beta knock from Weavile or something, like a U-turn, like a U-turn from one of these two. It has to be weakness policy with this set. There's no other option. But Yancey able to knock out that Mew. Suna comes in, takes 53 from the Moonblast. Snap Cannon. Under policy. Okay. I think this still dies, right? Corv. His Iron Defense, it has to be Press. Goes for SD. ID, that's a choke in it. That's a choke and a half. Come on, man, get your chip damage. Like, there's no point in going for this. You're just gonna get, like, punished when you get crit. Snap that Ursaluna, it doesn't have leftovers, it doesn't have what's it called, Moonlight, yeah, like the other one. And body press. Okay, oh, this thing, I don't know, it's probably like max speed because of under policy. It does 39 to 46. So it wouldn't KO, but still, like, this is helmet, right? I mean, if you're not helmet, maybe it's fine. Okay, if this is leftovers, then it's fine, but if this is helmet, then I think you should always attack. Because it is leftovers. Torn will die to this. Wait. The Weavile that never came in doesn't have Ice Shard, it looks like. Yeah. No? This is Zap Cannon, Fire Punch, Sword Stance. So the last move is EQ'd at the Yancy. Yeah, so lower speed, Torn will be faster. I think it'll come down to Bleak Miss here because I have a feeling that Slowbro tanks knock from Revile. Bleak Miss hits. Goes for Curse here. Okay, it's over. There's no way. 3-3. No, it's going for Slack off here. Turned. Revile get Drain Punched on this Witch. Nope. Slowbro lives this for sure. Yeah, Slowbro wins. Unless the crit, no? No, Revile, you're dead. So, I'm sorry, we'll never get to see the item on Slowbro. We never get to see it. It's either Cobra or Boots, most likely. From the way it's being played. I know, Ursaluna almost brought it back. But it looked to be a victim of the good old-fashioned move slot syndrome here. Need a normal move to Oko Torn. Need Fire Punch for Corv. Need SD and Zap Cannon, boost speed and stuff. Still, we're going for a bit of disrespect for select offs, but as long as it hits the Drain Punch here, it's over. Goes for Headbutt instead. Yeah. Ooh, if you missed and a crit by Bleak Miss, that would have certainly been around, but I mean, to get through this one, again, I think like the weaker team off preview here, but managed to bring through a win. Very well played. Next up here, I want to say probably the most, yeah, this team has no Dragoners at all. I think Latias, I think Guja are going to go absolutely crazy, just have drop like Draco Meteors or something, Outrage, whatever they want to do. Victini also looks amazing, going to recreate completely free versus this team, or like Searing Shot or Blue Flare, any sort of fire move just demolishes this team. And I don't really see much counterplay, like Mochen's gonna have to carry, and that's something you don't want to say very often. As Doug leads straight into Pankuro, gets up rocks as it is Sash, and goes to Earthquake. Yeah, I take that trade for sure with the Doug getting up the rocks to chip down that Torque, chip down that Wochen. Removalist Torque and Claydol, which are not very threatening mons at all. You get a lot of momentum when those try to go for their spinning moves. And you gotta get this chip on Pankuro. It's like a decently bulky mon, but now it is probably gonna die to whatever you want. And it is Manaphy, that just chooses to come in instead. Torkoal comes in, gets crit by Lord Voice. It is Boots Torque. Latias comes in on it, the rocks go up from the Torkoal. Come on, Lati. Beyond comes in. Maybe a bit of a greedy Calm Minds, and this is like Lum or something to do with like Toxic and Yon. But if it is, then this thing kind of... I mean, this has a Slitherwing. I think like X always just looks a lot scarier into this team. This is like also Protect to deal with First Impression, which it could be. Like, there's only dragon moves really. Claydol comes in, another Calm Mind. This has to be Lum, right? Okay, it is. I guess waking up by that. Calm Mind Draco. Claydol switches out. Max Defense Claydol. Yeah. Chen's gonna 1v1 the hell out of this thing. That didn't do lots of damage either. I think this is pretty bulky Latias. Maybe recover. Chen here goes for free knock. Leftover's gone. Doing comes in. I mean, the way Guja came in on Mo Chen, I'd like to say that this is either Iron Defense, like Body Press, or like Cursor. Like, its only fighting move is Body Press. It's only move to really hit Wo Chen. Flamethrower won't do ton. And this Leftover's not Specs. So, does go for Kurt, does the defense boost. Depending on how the wing set, it could still die. Low kick. As Garibald is 41. Yeah, I was about to say this isn't banned, so it doesn't KO, but Rujo weak as hell. Can't get the KO there. Manaphy 27. This is AV. Art comes in on that thing as Victini with the boots gets Dragon Tailed out. Manaphy back in again. This is Scald here. It's doing a lot. Has one more Dragon Tail. Manaphy dead to rocks. Victini goes for Searing Shots. KO'd. 65. This is boots, alright, not specs. Let's see here. Victini. Ching Shot. Archelodon. Whatever the set is, sure. Seeing Shots. 52. We can get it modest. 65 to 77. It has to be modest then, right? Because yeah, this has to be modest Victini then to do that much damage. Okay, with this B tiers on this team, it could, yeah, it probably is. Yeah, so the wing able to come in, force KO on Manaphy. Waiting for a turn there. We were able to get the revenge, but Sorkle probably just going to come in here for absolutely free. He's not going to come out. Nope, just Bullet Punch. As he turned crit, more chip damage. Probably Latias going to come in, but Jan's absolutely free here. As something is going to end up going to sleep, as Jan's probably going to be spammed. Searing Shot 35. Victini's the one to go to sleep, and I honestly think Latias was the one to sack here because it just looks so insane. This Victini going for a Searing Shot at this point. But does have a chance to wake up here. As the other wing gets sacked for the rocks. Victini burns one turn. Pangaro. Can Victini wake up here? If it does, it KOs Pangaro, then that's just GG. 47. Burn. Okay, there's no way. Pangaro, Searing Shot. 54 to 64. What? This is like max HP, but this is modest Victini, right? This 50 to 59. 47. What in the world Victini set is this? How is it doing so much damage to Arch, but like this Pangaro is somehow lifting its hits? Okay, I'm gonna need to open up the Poke Paste. This is bothering me. $104 Timid? 104 Timid? How did KO Arch? 40 to 47. Hold on. Put this in here. Hold on, searing shot 59 to 69. What turn am I on now? 21. 65. It's okay with 65. What? 104. Why does it have 0 Spadeffi? Okay, it has. Why does it have 0 HP and 0 special defense IPs? Wait. Why? Why did you do this to yourself? What does this gain you? Is this like some sort of cruel joke? That's not how foul play works. I hope you know that. Like this. What? Okay, I won't question Puffsuki on this decision. But I think we're able to grab the KO on Victory there, which is huge. It gives you a chance to win. Even though it looks like Scissor kind of. It would have a move to Torgal. Which is where you turn here. And now probably is over, because even though Latias goes to sleep, you just stay in this forever until it dies. One says we'll win. But Ochan comes in. And as long as the sun goes away, there's no threat that this has something stupid like Weather Ball or Chaos Scissor, then that'll just win, so. We'll play able to come out. Stall out, sun's gone. U-turn, U-turn. Yeah, it came down really close to the end. Little, what is this? Why? Why? Why did you... Okay. I think if you got that chip Victini, you might have won that. Same. Either your arch lives. The Duskanor and the Cramorant and the Ditto. Week 2 is crazy. I think like there's been one normal game. This has been a normal game. This one's weird. This one's kind of normal. Normalish. This one's weird. Yeah, weird. Normal. Weird. Normal. Weird. And then there's this one. We'll see how this one goes out. Titar into the Annihilate Bleed. Wheezing always gets Weech into Ape. U-turn. Yep, U-turn comes out. Now I'm at Wheezing 2 able to punish that as this guy comes in, Mr. Cram. Spec Surf does kind of go crazy here. Like, I see no switch into this. Drago's ult probably just gonna come in, but you know, Lightning Rod main able to deal with that. If only does 24. I don't think it's specs then. I think Drago's ult would have taken more. I might be wrong. I don't know if like Alex for these two mods. No one uses them. Two possible switches to this, Ditto and main, but Surf comes out again. Okay, man, it makes up predicts. Never mind. Sack Cram. Even though like this was the one Cram switch. I mean, Floricus, depending on set, might be able to take it on, but Draco's at least gets really low from this encounter with the Cram. Ditto able to come in. I'd like to see Bull Peak. Yep. Get some nice chip. I don't want to see you die to Earthquake from here. No, Exit comes in. Duskdoor comes in on Sash, Exa, and it comes out, just dies to Earthquake, right? Yeah, after Sand, sure. So Exa able to keep its Sash. Abe comes back in to try to break it, but Wheezing is just gonna come right back. They forced to take more chip damage. Enam comes in. Gonna be Spectre Power Man. 17, this is not Spec Scarf or something. Wish from Torgus. This is, you know, like, I'm normally not, like, say much about when these types of things happen, because, like, we forget things, right? It's not like you're a bad player. There's nothing, like, you could do to prepare for this other than just know in advance. But three separate games in 1 week? What is going on? Ublast does a tons of Dysphonetric. But, you know, it's going down for free, and the only progress, like, this is 3 for 0, and the only progress we see is when Chip on Track goes out, which already gets a double speed boost. And it's like Summon Orthworm, which is an Orthworm. Able to come in, you can never kill that without Gunk Shot. Gambit. I'm sorry, but Enam cannot win from the position. Enam and Ditto. I think as long as play correctly, those two can never beat your team. This is Moonblast Superpower, which comes out, but Superpower does ramping up in base power. Plus, it's 48. Yeah, it's over. This obviously can't boost its speed because it is contrary. I think Iron Head will still knock this out, even though, like, I don't know why you wish there. You're giving this thing more defense boosts. That's a crazy roll. 52. Now you can go for the 6-0 because this Florgus can't touch your Exca. Protect here, and yeah, Orthworm instead is gonna come in. 29. Man, this mod sucks. Gets a bunch of Padak drops, but Heavy Slam knocks that thing out from full. I take it back. Orthworm's goated. We finally see a 6-0 here. We get one every week, it looks like. Finally, our last battle. Triple Fairy, Tauros, Bull form, guy, water guy, or Shifu. Triple Dragon, this is Zard, Mega Zard. Too, so this is like maybe Quad Dragon. Gilmora absolutely looks insane here, like downright devastating. But like a lot of them on here are individually very weak. But then again, like a lot of dragons or a lot of fairies, so. See how it goes. Gilmora leads. 2 Landorus. Honestly, as good as like T-Spikes and Rocks look here, like Gilmora just looks so damn good that I probably wouldn't like sack this thing. Sack its HP down to its sash or whatever versus the Lando. Just go for Rocks though, average Gilmora player gameplay. As these spikes gonna come out, then Lash is gonna defog it. Poison the Lando. There you go. This is like every Gilmora player. Don't fall down the Gilmora pipeline, folks. Rocks just go up. Moral Spin, Guja gets poisoned, but T-Spikes don't stay out, which were very good to have here, so. And Gilmora goes down for 2 poisons, which I don't think is worth it. But Klefki, Focus Blast? Come on, man, you're doing 17 to Klefki. Klefki doubles out to Tauros on the Lando, good double here. Making some plays now, finally. Tauros Wave Crash. 31 doesn't punch, but Gooey lowers its speed. Rook is already almost dead. Draco come. Right? Don't you cook Draco? Does this have like nothing else? Is like AV? Turn to fire type and then clicks Focus Blast. Okay, Focus Blast was the nothingness thing anyway. Like that was a double back again, expecting land out most likely. Able to Trailblaze to keep its speed the same after the GUI. Just like rocks and a poison Lando for Kimura and half your HP on this Tauros. First strike KOs that, there's green. This Tauros, I mean this could be specs and Tauros isn't max speed. I don't know. Slurpuff. As Niners comes in, Billy jumps up, max attack. Every game, man. Oh my gosh, almost every game week 2 has been a disaster. I remember this, I watched it like a couple days ago, missing piece on Slurpuff. It's coming back to me now. It is coming back. Anyways, now look what happens. Yono switches versus Lando. He's gonna click quick. Slurpuff's gonna die from this for sure. Yeah. I mean, if you did get the Inversion that could have won. Could also be like Roselli Hands or something. Whatever, I'll see here. Actually, you know, I'll open the book and paste. I want to see. Raging Bolt had the berry. I think that would have died. I think Hands is the one that would have lived if it had the berry. Personally, I would have lived. Maybe Q choosing on Landorus, because that's the only play into this thing. Goes for SD. Yeah, it's a disguise. Let's get broken. Volt comes in. Hero up. I don't think P-Bolt KO's back. Volt switch. After the Life Orb, T-Bolt would have KO'd. I think this had Orb, but it did. Life Orb's a bad item. Don't use it. Cube comes in. Go for AP. 77. Eject into Clef Key. I gotta switch in hard on this. I don't think you need Cure anymore, but if you're saving diff, that's fine. There's a taunt here, okay. It already used all its moves. I guess it could be mono support forces struggle here. E5 does get rid of those hard earned screens though. This playlist comes out. That doesn't really matter because hard just hits up at this point it wins, but you know, add insult to injury. Others dies of poison after fake out. They're able to come in, goes for DD here. Endeavor, you know, greed, but all you lose is a differential point. You're able to knock out Tinkatuff. After the, you know, little fake out disrespect. And it's, what were these games today? I'm actually impressed that week 1 like looks so good, and then week 2 and now we have like almost every game here has the most interesting outcomes that I can imagine. We got three people forgetting about the effects of terrains. You know, we learn. Hopefully that won't happen again, right guys? Either way, that's been week 2. I hope you enjoyed watching. I'll be back for my week 3 battles, and after that, we'll watch week 3 together, and then that'll be much better than this. So, thank you for watching. Goodbye.